Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog Football and joined by assistant coach Grant Caserta. And coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I know certainly get to that point of the year with a couple games left in the regular season and want to be playing some great football, and certainly the Bulldogs are doing that right now at 8-1 overall.
Yeah, I think we've been talking a lot about trying to peak at the right time. I think we're doing that, getting a little bit better each week, getting some guys some good experience down the stretch, so hopefully we can keep this thing going as long as we can.
Of course, nice to be back at home. Final 2 games in the regular season, which both are going to mean a great deal, and nice to be playing those at home here in front of the home fans.
Yeah, it feels like we've been away for a while the last couple weeks, and the northern trip, you know, is always a long one. So it's going to be nice to be back home for the next couple weeks and hopefully finish out the season the right way.
As we go into the highlights of the northern trip, coming off an emotional win, obviously, over Grand Valley State, and certainly wanted to avoid any type of a letdown going up to the Upper Peninsula.
Yeah, I think anytime you go up there, it's a long trip. We know that, and the guys stayed really focused. This is a unique offense here, the split back veer. It's their first year doing it, and I thought our guys on defense came out and played pretty well. Early on, they had a couple drives on us, and then we settled in, and then it helps, you know, Can ran the ball really well all day. The offense really didn't get slowed down a whole lot, so we got that momentum pretty early. They did get a couple passes on us in the first quarter there, but we settled in and felt pretty good about it.
They scored initially Sefa Saipaia with the scoop and score for the Bulldogs, and then a big shot here from Trinidad downfield, and he'll get into the end zone here to make it 14-0.
Yeah, it was good to see a lot of different guys getting involved on offense. Tyreek had that long one. You know, Brady had a couple good plays. We had a little bust on the punt assignment there, so that was a tough one, but yeah, I thought the offense played really well. Lots of guys got in the game. Here you see a fumble. Sefa picked it up again, and we've done a pretty good job turning the ball over this year and controlling the ball on offense, so that's going to be huge for us going forward.
Big finish to the first half here, a couple scores here late. Brady Rose with the touchdown, and then we'll see the Bulldogs get another score here to really make this a more decisive halftime lead than it was in the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I think the offensive guys were a little frustrated that they didn't really get a whole lot of plays in the first half. We had the defensive touchdown after a long drive, and then they had another kind of long drive. So they just didn't have a lot of plays, but I mean, they really produced when they did have it. And then I think after that first quarter, we got settled in and took control of the game.
Obviously a 27-2 lead at halftime, which was great to see, and you guys were playing without some key guys on the defensive side.
Yeah, we were missing a couple guys, some guys that have played a lot, so we always just look at it as a good opportunity for us to get back and get some other guys some experience. And I thought the guys that stepped in did really well. Mike Edwards started at whip, did a really good job. Jason and Sefa, you know, Connor wasn't there. They did a really good job. And, you know, you can see some of our other guys. Here's Chase, our backup quarterback. He had his best game of the year. You know, he looked like a real threat. So it's just a good chance for a lot of guys to get into the game when we get into a situation like this, when we're up big, and get a chance to see what other guys can do. Here's Kobe. You know, he's been just plugging along, doing all the right things, and he had a couple nice runs.
Really nice to get some guys some good snaps here in the second half, especially as you try to build that depth with injuries here later in the year.
Absolutely. I think we bring 70 guys on the road, and I think just about every one of them played, and that's huge. That's a luxury not every team has. So there's going to be injuries. There's going to be times when we need to plug in guys, and these type of plays right here. Here's Chase with our our backup O-lines in there. All those guys getting reps. If they need to step in the future, they're going to be a little bit more seasoned than they would have been otherwise.
How unique is it playing here inside the Superior Dome? A little different than kind of playing outside.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's kind of a one of a kind structure, and you know, they got a really good band. It's a pretty good atmosphere in there. Their fans are excited about it, and it's always cool to see the guys that it's their first time in the dome. They walk in there and they're taking pictures, and it's just a fun experience for everybody. You're right on the lake. It's just it's a really cool environment.
Just saw Tay Boyd with the touchdown reception, and here they strike with a long one here to get their only score here in the afternoon.
Yeah, we were hoping for the defensive shutout, but we had a little breakdown there, and he broke it. That kid's pretty talented. We had bottled him up the whole day, but they got that one. So
certainly able to put together a great performance here against a team that, despite looking for their first win of the year, it was senior day, and they certainly came in and battled hard and gave a great effort against you guys.
Yeah, Northern's always going to play hard. You know, they've been struggling this year a little bit, but they've got a tough offense to defend, and we had to come in and play hard, and I thought we did that.
This week, taking on Saginaw Valley State, and a big game here is they're right kind of behind you guys in the conference standings, and they have a lot to play for coming here to Ferris State this weekend.
Yeah, I mean they're just one loss in the conference too, so they're looking at us with 0 losses, and if they can knock us off, they're right in the mix for conference championship, playoff berth, everything. So this game is very high stakes on both ends. We don't want to share the conference with anybody. We want to get these 2 wins and head into the playoffs riding high. So it's going to be a fun game. They're a tough team, and we're going to be up to the task.
Obviously, 2 tough games left with Saginaw Valley and Davenport. Really got to focus in and kind of take it a game at a time with hopefully a trip to the playoffs for the 10th straight year coming up here later this month.
Yeah, that's it. You said it. Just take it one game at a time. Saginaw is a team we need our full attention on, and then we'll get on to Davenport. They're a good team too. So we're not looking forward, ahead any to the playoffs or anything like that. Keeping track of the regional rankings and things like that, just for our own interest. But we're fully focused on Saginaw this week. I
know, obviously, you coach the linebackers. We've talked about those guys a little bit, Cepha, Jason Williams, Connor Neer. What's it like kind of working with those guys that have so much experience and the leadership they've kind of helped provide on the defensive side?
Yeah, they're great leaders. They work hard. They're students of the game. They like to watch film. They like to learn the tendencies of the other team. And they're good leaders for the younger guys, too. We got other guys in there, Zay Byers and Christian Kramer, Jarek Fields, that are on the travel squad, and they're really good mentors for those guys, as well as our freshmen and redshirt freshmen. So having those guys in the room is awesome. It helps. I don't have to do all the leading. They're able to kind of take that peer-to-peer mentorship and help those guys develop too.
How nice is it going to be to play these final 2 games at home? And I know senior day coming up in another week and a half or so, but just to play these final 2 games at home in front of the Bulldog fans.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks, so we're excited to get back home. We're comfortable there. I think our guys are ready to sleep in their own beds on a weekend and get after it on Saturday.
What will it take to get a win on Saturday over the Cardinals at 1 o'clock?
We're just going to have to control the run game. They've got a dynamic running back and quarterback. I think if we can handle that, and then our offense just keeps rolling along the way they've been doing, that I think we'll have a good result.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time, and best of luck here as you take on the Cardinals this Saturday afternoon.
Appreciate it.
That'll do it for Ferris Sports Update. A reminder, you can follow all the action and get all the results online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Have a great week.